All right, so right now we're going to talk about looping in Java, and looping's a super important part of Java. It's one of the four major structures in Java, which is selection or branching, looping, just sequential, and subprograms. So the first type of a loop is called a while loop, and it has three parts. The first part is the initialization. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable, and it's going to be an int called x. Let's just set it equal to 0. And then now comes the actual loop statement. So you want to say while with an open parentheses. And inside this parentheses, you're going to want a Boolean expression. So while that Boolean expression is true, whatever is in the brackets here will run. So let's say while x is less than 5, and then we can system.out.print x, let's say. So there's three parts to a loop. The first one's the initialization. The second part is the test, which is in here inside the parentheses. And the third one is incrementation. So we're going to need to increment x, or else this loop will just run infinitely, and it'll never end. So now that we do that, we can see that it will compile, and it will say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we say x is less than or equal to 5, it'll go through 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see here. So that's pretty simple. The second type of a loop is called a for loop, and you start off by just typing for with an open parentheses. Now, instead of having initialization, test, and update on separate lines, the for loop just combines that into one parentheses. So let's say for int x equals 0, semicolon, and then here's the test. X is less than or equal to 5, semicolon, x plus plus with no semicolon. And then you can say system.out.print x. And it'll do the exact same thing in less code, which is good. And I don't even need these brackets here because after a loop statement, it'll do one line past the loop if you don't have any brackets. So since I don't have any brackets here, it'll only do one line. So if I type something else here, like system.out.print, like hello, it'll do that regardless if x is less than or equal to 5 or not. So let's say I make x 10, it'll print out hello no matter what. But if I print out 0, it'll print out, as you can see, 0 through 5 and then hello. Okay, so the third major type of loop is called a for each loop. So it starts the same way as a for loop. However, it has two special parts in it. So let's make an array, and let's make it an integer array of, let's call it just x, equals new int, and let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's like a int called count, and let's just set that to 0 for now. So for each, now we can say for each int, and let's call those ints y, semicolon x. So what this means is for every integer y in the array x, so it's going to go through every integer in this array, and we can tell it to do something. So count plus equals y. This will make it so that this just plus equals is the same thing as saying count equals count plus y. So now after we do that, we can system.out.print count, and as you can see, when we compile this, it'll say 15 because that's the sum of all the numbers in the array. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, 14, 15. So there you have it. 3 great and efficient loops to use in Java. That's the end of this video for now. Until next time.